Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. Today is Friday, February 8th, 2013. Thank you all for tuning in. Let's jump right into the charts here. We'll start off with the usual S&P 500 E-mini futures. What you're going to see here is that the futures are trading lower by about a half a point, a quarter point, right to around the 1505 level. Futures have downticked a little bit here, basically because the dollar has started to uptick. Here's a chart of the U.S. dollar index. You'll see the dollar was lower to basically around 7 o'clock this morning. It has started to creep higher, and since that time, the futures have started to creep lower. Again, keep that dollar chart on watch. Very, very important chart going forward. Generally, when the dollar rises, especially during the high volume part of the session, the market will decline. However, when the volume is very, very light, the dollar will have less impact or less effect going forward. So again, dollar is very, very effective as an inverse tool against the major stock indexes, especially when the market volume is high. So let's get back to the charts here. So again, you do have those S&P 500 E-mini futures trading down a little bit. NASDAQ futures are actually trading higher by about 4.5 points to 2746.50. So decent little move there. This morning, taking a look at a little bit of a few things in the news. First thing I want to point out is in the Asian markets last night, the Nikkei index was down 1.8%. Again, the money printing is going on there, but it has to continue, and these markets are just so overdone at the moment. Across the pond in Europe, you do have all the European markets holding steady. You do have the FTSE MIB, which is Milan, the Italian market, that is up about 0.7%, and Spain, I believe, is up about 0.9%. So they're doing a little bit better there. There's a big meeting going on in Europe today. Again, you could follow the news. We only care about the price action in the stock market. Gold this morning is trading basically flat on the session to around $1,670 an ounce. If you take a look at the GLD this morning, which is a good proxy for gold, you'll see that the GLD is trading right around the 161.41 level. It closed basically yesterday around 161.84, so a little bit lower than where it finished yesterday, but spot gold is basically where it finished on the session. Let's take a look at light sweet crude out here. Light sweet crude getting a little bit of an uptick, just up 12 cents to $95.95 a barrel. Here's the USO, which is a good proxy for crude, and you'll see that the USO this morning is trading right around $34.74, just a few pennies higher from where it closed. It closed at $34.68 last night. So again, we can't make too much out of oil and gold this morning. Both seem to be flat. The U.S. dollar index is also flat, trading lower by just 4 cents. So again, can't make too much out of those moves there. But if the dollar does catch a big bid, I would not rule out a sell-off in oil. Gold is a little bit of a different picture because gold is now starting to trade against other currencies like the yen and the euro and things of that nature. So that's a little bit more unpredictable. But right now, light sweet crude is trading inversely to the dollar, and that's what people should watch for. Great move on the dollar yesterday. Today, the dollar is really just holding firm. After yesterday's big advance, it would not be surprising to see the dollar just go sideways for a little bit. But either way you slice it or dice it, a decent move on the dollar yesterday. And the dollar is starting to make its way higher as we speak. Okay, let's take a look at some stocks in the news today. I'm going to start off with Coinstar. CSTR is the symbol. Right now, Coinstar is trading lower. Closed yesterday right around, I believe, the $52.10 level. Today it's trading at $47.70. The stock will have some support around this area, $47.50 to $47.39. There is a little bit of support. It is a strong gap down, so that level is susceptible to failing. You're going to watch 45.80 as support, and then the next level is going to be 44.01, and then you're going to look at 40.63. Like I said, there is minor support at 47.39, but it is a strong gap down, so that level is susceptible to failing. Then you're going to look at 45.80, 44.01, and 40.63. Okay, those will be your short-term scalp bounce levels. Let's take a look at Nuance Communication. This is the company that makes that Siri voice recognition system in the Apple phone. The stock closed at $24.55, selling down to $20.50. That's a pretty good decline. I think the only level you could look for is 20 bucks on this one. Pretty sharp fall, $20. After that, it will be $19.15, and then after that, it will be down to around the 1850 level, 1750 level. So again, those are your levels on this one. Really nothing to do until you get to 20 bucks. $20 there'll be some support. Again, $19.15 more support. Then after that, it's really down to the 1775 to 1750 level on this one. Let's take a look at Microchip. MCHP is the ticker symbol. Microchip Tech. The stock is gapping up, decent gap up. You do have a fair amount of resistance around $36.69. This is a bit of a strong gap, so this one can go a little bit higher. So I'm not sure if the 36.70, 36.69 level will work as a good resistance point, but you could watch 38.35. That's a very, very good level. I'm sorry, 38.35. That level should be a pullback level. Again, these are just for scalping plays. After that, you're really looking up around 40 bucks, and then it's going to be at 41.50. So those are your levels there for Microchip Tech. Let's take a look at LinkedIn. LNKD is the ticker symbol. Stock closed at around 124 yesterday. Today it's trading at 138, 136.50. Great move. The upside should be limited here. This is an all-time high. I'm not sure if this is going to get much higher than the 138 level, but either way, great move higher. I don't have a great fading level. This issue hasn't been around that long. It's a new all-time high. I would really need to try to calculate this, and I just don't have a great area right now for the short. But it's a strong gap up. It's coming off of a good base, so the stock is definitely showing a fair amount of strength. So that's the positive for it. The negative is that it's overbought already this morning. You don't want to chase this at this point in time. Most likely this thing is going to need to pull back. It's a great move, dynamite move. I'm thinking around the 138 level is where the stock hits resistance, but that's just not good enough to make a trade. So again, you want to be a little bit careful with this, but I really have a hard time seeing this get above the 138 level. Do not chase this thing up here. The move is over. After earnings, the stock did have a sensational bounce, but there's nothing you could do. 138 should be some fair resistance, but it is a strong gap. So and it is an all-time high, so I'm not sure if it will go a little bit higher. Let's take a look at Riverbed, RVBD. This is another cloud computing name. This stock is getting spanked this morning. Closed at $20.10. Today it is trading at $17.83 this morning. I do have some levels here for this one. The one level I will be watching for, if this gets down there, would be $16 and about 25 cents to $16 even number. In that vicinity, that will be a big double bottom from November. I think that's a big level. If that level gets taken out on the downside, then traders are going to have to really watch this $13.35. Yes, I said $13.35. It's a long way down, but hey, stranger things have happened. We've seen these things go down there. But right now, I do think that $16 level is pretty good. 16 to 16 and a quarter. It'll be somewhere in there. I think that's worth giving a shot. This is a strong gap down, and that's why I say things can get down there. Strong gaps can move further than you think. So watch that one. Right now, the only level I see for this, 1606, 1625 in that vicinity, and then it's really down to 1335. So that's what you're looking at for Riverbed at the moment. It looks like Moody's. Let me take a look here at Moody's, MCO. There's some reports coming out of Reuters that they are going to get indicted, just like the, I guess, just the same way MHP did, the Standard & Poor's. So you're going to have to watch for that one. But the stock's holding up. So I think a lot of the news is already baked into the cake with the recent sell-off. So I wouldn't, look to get short Moody's here on this news. So I just wanted to give everybody a heads up on that. Looks like they will get sooner or later
get indicted along with Standard & Poor's, the rating agency, but by the U.S. government. But I don't think I think most of the news is factored in to Moody's already, or at least a fair amount of it. Okay, there are some other gaps out here. There's nothing that I'm seeing that looks all that much worthy. So we'll stick with what we have today, and we'll leave it here. I want to wish you all a great trading day. It is a Friday, so generally we look for a flat to slightly positive day on Friday. If we are negative, it's usually down a little bit, not down a lot. So don't look for too much on the market. The volume trends will get very, very light around 12 o'clock. I believe it is already starting to snow in New York City, so a lot of people will be leaving the office early. So be prepared for that going forward. With that said, everybody, have a great day. If you're involved in a snowstorm, stay warm, stay inside, and we'll see you on Monday. Enjoy your weekend, everybody.